YouTube. Man, seems like it's about to finally come to an end. um, I've really been down in the dumps, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just been down in the dumps, and I told my wife, I said, one of the things that I want to do once I get through with this truck is I want to get another one. I want to get another one so that in the event something like this happens again, you know, I'm able to, keep going. But this has really been, kind of a learning experience. Like I said, I feel like the mechanic, he's been diligent. Um, had a couple instances during this period where some things happened where he had to go home, and then it was 2 days the other week that he wasn't able to come to work due to feeling a little stopped up or whatever like that. But it kind of it is what it is. You know, um, so I went over there Friday. Well, I actually went over there Thursday of last week. I went over there Thursday of last week, and so motor put together. Started up and everything like that, and he said he heard like a noise. Like it wasn't a noise like a tooth was missing in a gear in the front gear train, but it sounded like something, just clicking. So I'm like, oh my goodness. Because me being ignorant to the situation, I thought that during that entire process, the front of it came off as well, but apparently it didn't. So I sat over there Thursday, um, watch him take the front off. He couldn't get the front all the way off, but he pulled off one of the gears that helps drive the power steering, and so it had it had a chip. It had a chip in one of the I don't know what you want to call it, but it had a chip on one of the edges of the gear. So he said, "Well, man, probably when we get down here to the bull gear, or as Caterpillar labels it, the cluster gear, because it's one gear in the front and then it's another one like right behind it." He said we'll probably find our problem. Now, prior to doing this, he talked with the guy that owns the shop, like the the guy that owns the company, and he told him, said, "Look, man, I'm making an experience call here, and I just want to go in here and I want to look, because I don't want a situation where he gets out there and drives and something happened, right? So if I tear it down and I don't find anything, we shouldn't charge him for that, because I'm making that call. We already dealing with a lot of money. We don't want to do that." So he was able to talk the owner into saying, "Okay, well, if you don't find anything, fine. There's no issue." But he said, "Man, since it's torn down, you got an oil leak," which I did have an oil leak, like right around the top of the cover. He said, "I get it. We'll order a gasket kit to go right there." I said, "No problem, cool. Just patch up all the leaks." So he tore it down, and it was one particular stud he couldn't get out. This was on Thursday. So it was getting time, it was getting close to closing. So I told him, I said, "Well, I'll come back Friday, man. I'll come back Friday and we'll see what happened." So I go back the next day, which is Friday, and I go in, I'm looking, I say, "What's going on?" And, he's looking at the front, and he said, "Yeah, man, so this, the chip on the gear." I said, "Is that the only gear that was messed up?" Because I'm thinking, like he was saying, you pull the bull gear, maybe something on that. He said, "Yes and no." I said, "Okay." So let me come show you something. So on the front cover is two studs that go in, but the studs are supposed to bottom out. And so what ended up happening was one of the studs didn't bottom out, and they ended up wallowing the hole out. So they put some type of thing in there so a screw could stick in there. And so what he said, what ended up happening was that screw was too long. And so what it was doing is the gear was turning, the stud was hitting the front of the gear. But he said he called, some guys that he know that work, that's all they've ever worked on is Caterpillar. They worked, for Caterpillar for all their life, retired and stuff like that. And they said, no, it won't be an issue, just change the stud out. So he said, I'm gonna get it to work because I would hate for you to have to replace this whole front cover just for this one stud when we can get it to work, because this front cover is like $800. So yeah, it would look nice with some new yellow paint on it, but it ain't worth $800. So he said, since I made the call, I didn't find anything technically. I didn't find anything. So what we're gonna do is, truck been in here, man, and I've been talking to the guy, and so we're just gonna charge you for the parts to fix it, just at the price. That price. And basically not gonna charge you any labor to do this because I took it upon myself to look at this, and we technically we found something, but technically we didn't find anything, right? So I'm kind of happy because I think that gear, some of them gears got up to like $700-800, like the bigger ones, but the particular one that they're getting, which isn't gonna be here until Wednesday, because I believe they had to get it from. It says Cat, so I'm assuming they're getting it from Peoria. They may be getting it from Atlanta, but I'm not too sure. It just, when you go on the Cat website, it just says this particular gear, Cat, 1 to 2 day shipping. So I don't know if it's coming from Peoria or Atlanta or somewhere like that. I'm just saying Peoria and Atlanta because those are two of the bigger Cat places I know, and Peoria is like the headquarters. So I was like, cool, so it basically just be another. I think that particular gear was like $200 some, and like it was 2 bearings that got to go in it, so the bearings were like $20 some a piece. So plus the gasket kit to go in the front, so it's not gonna be too much more than what it could be. So hopefully he slaps that on Wednesday and can finally get the truck out of the shop. This is week 5. This is week 5, and man, I've enjoyed my time off, but you don't really enjoy your time off when it seems like you get close to the finish line and something else pops up. But from a mechanical standpoint, everything is checked out. So like I said, Wednesday, we'll do that. I get the truck out Wednesday, and I'm contemplating whether or not I want to leave out Friday. But I mean, it's because Thursday, I kind of want to drive the truck around. I don't, you want to go back to work, but then I want to kind of drive the truck to see how the truck, does and everything like that. So I might just say, look, Monday, we'll start fresh, and, we'll rock and roll it like that. So, but it is what it is. I'm going to tell you one big lesson I learned from this. And anybody that wants to get a used truck, there's a reason. Now, there's a reason that someone is selling a used truck. Point blank period. There's a reason. I'll be completely transparent. I got the truck, didn't have any maintenance reports. It should have been a red flag. All right. Got the truck, and mechanical wise, it was working. All the lights worked, all that good stuff like that, changed the shocks, all this stuff like this. But I wanted the truck so bad. I was ready to get the truck so bad. I'd already got the money to get the truck, that I felt like that I overlooked a couple of things. But what I will say is, the truck ran for a year in the condition that it was in. It ran for an entire year, the condition that it was in. So I really can't get upset about it, because I have a new clutch, I have a rebuilt engine, and I had some things going on in the transmission that I fixed one of the issues, and Freightliner fixed another one of the issues. So that's fine. We had to replace 2 brake chambers, some airbags, and I look at it like some guys say, it just depends on, some guys say, it may be years that you spend anywhere between 15, 16, on the high end, maybe 30 some $1,000, and I guess that's including oil changes and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, last year, I got new tires and stuff like that. I really think I spent a lot. My profit and loss estimate that I got from the carrier I'm leased to, and this was including fuel and everything. But like as far as like maintenance and stuff like that, I probably didn't spend but probably maybe 14,000 or something like that. So I don't really think that's bad for a truck, again, that I didn't comb over with a fine tooth comb. And it can be debatable whether or not I spent probably $5,000 to $6,000 more dollars than I should have. Looking back, hindsight, maybe the truck should have been around 22, 23 or something like that, But at the end of the day, I feel like it was a good entry level truck to get into, Freightliner, as they say, everybody can work on it, but the caveat is it's not a Freightliner. Freightliner doesn't have a DD, it doesn't have a Detroit in it. So it's kind of like it's not one of those things where everybody can work on it. But everything aside from the motor, everything seems to be right there in your face. And so to start this year off, I've had to get another starter. I've had to get another starter solenoid. Not a solenoid. Yeah, starter solenoid. Motor. And windshield wiper motor that I've had to replace. I did that myself, did the starter myself. Then had the issue with the oil filter. So I'm probably already, and this is like the first month, I'm already in the 20s. But, you'll have years like that. But like I said, I have a peace of mind now once this gets situated. I still got a couple more components because I didn't go full blown and replace every single thing on it. So I still got a couple more components that I'm going to get changed throughout the year. So I'm already seeing that this is going to be one of those years where things are kind of on the high end, just on the things that I'm aware of. Now, things that I'm not aware of, that's what the pre-trip is for, to just jump on stuff like that. But anyway, man, I don't want to hold y'all up too much longer, man. Just want to give y'all a quick little update. And hopefully next Monday, I'm back out trucking. And my test is to take it up 65, up to Cincinnati. Because I know it's like this all the way up there. So I want to see what I got. Because he said, man, he's talking like it's going to be a monster, to the point to where, like I said, it can't be as bad as it was. So I feel like if it's better than what it was, then I-65, all that stuff up there, should be a non-factor. Right? Should be a non-factor. But anyway, man, I'll get back with y'all tomorrow, man. I'll probably ride over tomorrow, man. I'm going to probably start doing some stuff around the house, man, because staying up to 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning every night, playing Madden, it just keeps you thinking about the truck and stuff like that. So I need to do some stuff to take my mind off of it. So, man, I'll get back with y'all later, man. Y'all be easy out there. Y'all be safe. And let's get to trucking.